Hey Kamal, this is Coach Jeralds from NextPlay. Thanks for submitting your film for evaluation. Before we dive in, let me give you a little context about us and me. Our staff has over 22 years of college football recruiting experience across every level, from JUCO all the way to Division One. We've evaluated thousands of highlight videos and recruited players who went on to succeed at every level of football, including the NFL. Personally, I've been on both sides of the process. I got recruited as a player, then I played 4 years at Division One, and now I've had nearly a decade of coaching high school and college ball. Now I put all that experience to work for families like yours, building clear recruiting plans to give players confidence. That's why 89% of players we mentor earn scholarships. Evaluations like this are the first step, knowing how to structure your tape, what divisions to target, and what to work on to level up your recruiting. All right, let's get into the basics of the film, Kamal. First things first, we need a clean information slide at the very beginning of our tape, right? So right here, we kind of just jump straight into the tape, right? But we need an information slide that gives our name, grad year, position, height, weight, city, state, all of our contact info, right? Especially our X handle, right? This is how coaches are reaching out to us right now. This is their biggest way of communicating with players, okay? We also need our email and our phone number on there, right? We need to think of this information slide as our business card. If a coach likes our tape, they should be able to pause it right there and know exactly how to find you, right? So they can create a profile on you, they can keep tabs on you, they can follow you on Twitter, anything that they need to do. Right now, we got to give them that information to do it. All right, and then how your film is set up, right? Right now, it's about 7 minutes long. That's too long, right? Coaches aren't going to sit through that. As a quarterback, you're going to touch the ball every single play, but not every single snap is highlight worthy. We need to cut it down and we need to keep only the explosives, right? So touchdowns first, then some big runs and some throws, okay? You have plenty of material just off touchdowns and explosive plays, so all the extra routine passes can be trimmed out, right? Those are just watering down our product and they're taking away some of our shine. Like I said, touchdowns first, right? So this very first play that we have on here, this is a great play, right? This is a good touchdown. Okay, so it shows the pocket kind of collapsing. Okay, we see a lot of green grass to our left. We take off, we lower our shoulder, we find some grass, we go score a touchdown, right? That's awesome. Okay, but then our next play that we have on the film is not a touchdown, right? It's not as exciting. It's not drawing in the coach's attention, right? It's a good rollout, right? It's a good throw, gets us in great field position down in the red zone, but again, not a scoring play, right? So instead of putting that play second, right? I would go down here to play 312, okay? Right? So this is where we're throwing a fade ball far side of the field to a touchdown, right? This is a exciting touchdown play, right? So this should be one of our second plays in there, okay? And then maybe our third play, like I said, it's going to be touchdowns first. These are all going to be touchdowns, touchdowns, and then more touchdowns, right? So a minute 52, we got a touchdown here against Capital, right? So again, it's kind of a jet read, QB read. Play kind of breaks down. You see some grass on the outside. You got a blocker. Okay. You go up, lower your shoulder, break a couple tackles, get a touchdown. Okay. These are going to be our touchdowns. These need to be our plays that we're putting first. Okay. Then we can go to our shorter throws. All right. Again, still more touchdowns, but they're not going to be as exciting. It's going to be more of a timing stuff. Okay. So we go down to a minute 05 here. We got a slant route in the end zone. Okay, this is only a 7 yard touchdown throw, but it's still a good throw. It's on time and it's a score. Okay, this is what coaches want to see. They want to see you scoring, right? So again, we're gonna go long touchdowns. All right, then we're gonna go to our shorter ones. Okay, and then we're gonna have more of our explosive plays in there. Okay, our routine plays they can be layered, but again, you have enough film in here that we don't even need that many routine plays like we're getting here, some hitches and stuff. Okay. But again, part of our problem right now is we don't have our touchdowns at the beginning and then our explosives are kind of later on in the film. We need to go ahead and move those up, right? Our second issue with the film here, okay? So again, we're gonna go back to this clip at a minute 52, right? And play against Capital, right? This touchdown, it shows up again. This is something that we cannot have in our film, right? We don't want repeats, right? We don't want coaches watching the same thing twice, especially not from the same angle, right? So I can tell that this is different film and the quality's a little different. That's fine, right? But the thing is, we don't want to put it in there twice. We do not want the same play in there. Okay, so this is the same touchdown that we just watched and that we just highlighted earlier. Okay, but it's from a different angle. We want to trim this out. Okay, we don't want any duplicates in there. If we get any duplicates, take it out, right? Stick with the best quality that you have, okay, and then take the other ones out. There shouldn't be any distractions. The problem with this film right here is you can hear the announcers and the play-by-play in the film. Coaches want to see you. They don't want any distractions, right? They don't want to listen to commentary. You're the star of the show. Don't take the shine off the outside factors, right? We don't want to take any shine off you. We want to put it all on you, so we're going to take out all the distractions. Now let's talk about the quarterback evaluation part, Kamal, right? There's a lot to like about your game. You got a beautiful deep ball. You escape the pocket well. You keep your eyes downfield. You still deliver on the move with accuracy. You're a physical runner when you do take off, which makes you scary when the play breaks down. And you're not afraid of contact, right? You've shown you can make every throw on the field. You've thrown the back shoulder fade. You've thrown the far hash out. You've thrown the deep post. Right? These are all in your arsenal. Okay, and you're also a playmaker naturally. In the pocket, out of the pocket, you're always looking to make a play with your teammates or by yourself with your feet, right? That's really good. It's a lot of good tools to have. You're a consistent playmaker. Your team's lucky to have you, right? But the next thing that we need to work on is your feet, right? This is where you can improve drastically. Too often, you're throwing off balance or without a strong base. You're still delivering some accurate balls most of the time, but consistently, if you set your feet, you're going to add velocity and precision to every throw, right? Throws are most of the time is what's going to beat the defender. Okay, so footwork is going to be the difference maker in that as you climb the level, especially at the quarterback position. Footwork is a huge factor, right? So let's kind of jump into the projection wise where I see you at right now, Kamal, right? So right now I see you as an NAIA Division 3 or Division 2 range, right? That's not nothing on your skill set. I think you got the athleticism, the arm talent, and the competitiveness. You've also got the knack for football. You find plays naturally. Like I said, you're on the field in the right spots at the right time. Okay. The limiting factor size to this is your frame. 6 foot, 155 to 160 pounds. It's a tough sell for a Division 1 school to project you a quarterback, right? I think if you'd be open to switching roles, maybe moving to a more athlete position as a wide receiver, defensive back, it might help you reach higher divisions, right? It might help you open more doors to different schools. But as a QB, it might be tough to break into that higher division, right? But I think the last thing that we need to hit on here is don't forget that you're a senior, right? So time is short, right? So this is your last year to add to your body of work. Every game, every clip matters. If you keep stacking dynamic plays, long touchdowns, deep throws, and the physical runs, and then we get them packaged right so coaches know how to contact you and they're watching the good film, I think you're going to put yourself in a strong position to land at the right school for you, man. So again, Kamal, I really appreciate you sending your tape, man. Again, don't forget the next step for us here at Next Play is your athlete interview, right? So this is where we're going to teach you how to develop relationship with coaches. We're going to teach you how to communicate with them, and we're going to teach you how to for those conversations when the time arrives with those coaches. Bottom line, Kamal, I think your athleticism, your arm talent are real strengths, man. We need to clean up the film presentation. We need to lead with our touchdowns. We need to cut down the length, avoid the repeats, and stay locked in on our footwork this year. And we need to add good weight in the weight room, keep sharpening those mechanics, and maximize the senior year, man. It's your last year, so we need to ball out. If you do all that, I think you're going to give yourself the best shot to land at the right school, man, and keep playing at the next level. Good luck.